Hi, class. This week we're starting Unit 4, which is called Process Reasoning. And process reasoning is just a fancy way of saying describe the steps for how to do something. An example of that might be how to make a chocolate cake, or it could be how to fix a flat tire. Now, in our MindTap textbook, the college writer, you are given a chapter called Process that will explain the entire um, way that process writing is done and everything you really need to know about it. And then to help you learn how to do process writing, you're going to have 2 forum posts this week. Okay, that means you have 2 posts to do by Wednesday. All right, the first forum post is called 4A, and in that post, you need to go out into the world and find an example of process writing. That could be instructions for how to do a game, it could be a recipe. I've had students find examples of how to make their own coffee tables or install windows or repair something in their car. So, whatever you want, you can really choose anything. Now, for the Forum 4B post, the second one, it's going to be your turn to then write your own process. So, if you want, you can write the steps for how to take a good selfie. I've had students do how to wash your hair correctly, things like that. So, again, whatever you want to do, write on it. Now, I will say that there are a couple sections in that chapter 13 that I want you to utilize when writing your forum posts. When you are evaluating a process, so for Forum 4A, I want you to go to Chapter 13 and consult Section 13 1C, which would be right here, Reading Process Writing. When evaluating the process that you found, maybe it's a recipe on how to bake a chocolate cake, ask yourself these 4 questions to determine if the author did a good job in writing up this process. These will be very helpful. Now, to go back, when you're doing Form 4B, where you yourself are writing the process, I want you to go down to 13 3A, Writing Guidelines. And going through each of these, selecting your topic, reviewing the process, each of these steps will help you write a really good forum post and convey the process clearly. Things like context, when, where, and how do you do this process? So it's always good to give a little introduction to the process instead of just jumping right in to say step 1, 2, 3. Okay, consider materials needed and stuff like that. Your post should have a clear, opening, middle, and then closing. Now, one thing I would say, because you have a limited word count, be a little selective in the topic that you choose. Don't choose something so involved that there's like 20 different steps to it. I would say the good posts are usually between maybe 10 steps or less, okay, depending on what the topic is and how the student writes it up. All right, so that's just a little advice on how to do well on these 2 forum posts. All right, now there's one last thing I want to say about the forums, and that's with responding to other people's posts. I would say hold off on responding until after Wednesday. You're going to have enough to do by writing those 2 forum posts by Wednesday. Now, once you post in Forum 4B, the second one, I want you to go into my post and view my steps and instructions for how to use the sandwich method when giving feedback on another student's writing. And then I want you to use this sandwich method this week as you're commenting and responding to each other's posts in Forms 4A and 4B. The sandwich method will be especially helpfour for you with 4B, where you're commenting and critiquing your classmates' writing and how well they did with writing out their process. Okay, so your comments will be due by Sunday, like always, but hold off on commenting till after Wednesday when you're done making your main posts. And then the second thing I'll say is just make sure that you make 2 comments in each forum. So that's a total of 4 comments that are due this week by Sunday. All right, if you have any other questions about this week, I know we're going to be a bit busy, but I'll be in the forums a lot, giving you guys feedback, enjoying learning new stuff. And if you ever have questions, you know how to get in touch with me.